Well, hello everyone. It's Angela with Mystic Moon, bringing you guys a soul contract reading today. So this one is called The Ties That Bind You. What does it all mean? So basically you feel a soul connection with someone and you want to know, what exactly does this mean? Why do you still feel connected to them? What are you supposed to learn? How do you affect them? What are they learning? Where is this all headed? All of the above. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the description box everything that we're going to go into in today's reading, as well as where we're going to take it into the extended. So if you guys would like to access that video, about halfway through, I will put that link down below. If you guys have any issues with that link, please just email me directly. I'll put that information also down below, as well as all the decks I'll be using here today, and today's beautiful Organite created by Michelle from Bell's Wing and Bell. This is the Twin Flame Pyramid. So I do tend to channel for those that are experiencing either a separation or a challenge in their connection, so please keep that in mind. But obviously just take what resonates for you, you guys, and get rid of anything that doesn't. Let's go ahead and jump right into the messages. We're going to take a look and see the encounter. So the feelings and the emotions that were sparked within the both of you upon meeting one another for the first time. So let's see what these energies look like. So I got a few little kittens running around. If you guys hear just a little stirring, that's what that is. This right here is the Winter Wonderland Oracle. Let's tap into it that I created here. Let's tap into it and see what we need to know about the feelings and emotions that were sparked within the both of you upon meeting. So what is this energy? What came up? What was the energy? Ooh, okay, we have feeling down, blue Christmas. Now, what's interesting is that both of you guys could have been at a time in your lives where you're feeling kind of blue and feeling kind of down, maybe even brokenhearted from past relationships or just really disappointed in love. So when the two of you guys came together, you became this like beacon of hope, beacon of light. You really lit each other up. So I feel like you guys both brought light into each other's lives upon meeting. It was kind of like a breath of fresh air. Let's see what else. Oh, yep. Look at that. Dreams coming true. So it's kind of like wish upon a star. Wow. It's like maybe dreams really do come true. So I feel like there's like this magical energy that took place here. The castle energy. Blue is related to throat chakra, as well as tranquility and peace. And so I feel like, there was something about your conversation with each other that was very refreshing for the both of you. I mean, yeah, there could have been attraction and all that stuff, but I feel like there was a little bit more than that. It's like when you guys spoke or held a conversation, there was a lot of magic within that first encounter or conversation. Something very intriguing and stimulating for the both of you. All right, so let's see what else is coming through with your first encounter. Polar Express, on track. Yeah, it's like, hey, I could get on board with this. I can get on track with this. I feel like we're on the right track. We're on the same page. So even though things may have gotten off track eventually, I feel like at least when you guys both came together, there was this feeling of, a beacon of light, a beacon of hope. Maybe it is possible that I can be happy. Maybe it is possible that dreams do really come true. I'm going to get on this train and see where it goes, basically. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and get some more. What else? We have Holly, though. Protect yourself. So even though there was just like this feeling of getting caught up in a dream and a fantasy, there was a little bit of this energy of needing to maybe hold something back, protect yourself. I don't want to get hurt. And I feel like this is stemming from whatever past issue maybe one or both of you had in previous connections. So there was immediately this feeling of, okay, I don't want to get in too deep. I don't want to put all of my eggs into this one basket. What if it doesn't work out? What if it ends up the way that these past encounters, ended up? So a little bit of hesitation, and then we have more fun. Okay, Kat. So it doesn't mean that you guys were not serious about one another, but you guys were really in the moment. Okay, you guys just decided, you know what, I'm going to get on this train and I'm going to see where it goes. I'm open to this new adventure. I'm going to take this leap of faith and see what happens. So I feel like you guys were both open to it and you guys both went into it, basically. Okay, now someone could have felt like, more casual. Like I just, I want to have some fun, but I also want to keep some of my own energy intact. But I feel like the first encounter though was very, very magical, and it was undeniable, the spark, the chemistry, the connection, the attraction. Okay. These things could have come later. This is my erotic activations oracle. Let's see what else is coming through. Ooh, okay. So somebody's confidence was very, very sexy. Somebody was very attracted to someone's confidence. Okay. The way that someone carried themselves, the way that they just seemed so sure of themselves or seemed so comfortable in their own skin. That was very, very sexy to someone. Very attracted to it. All right, let's see what else. Ooh, and I will do anything you want me to. So we have this fetish energy. So maybe there was something significant or not significant, something special, where maybe you guys had some similar taste. It doesn't have to actually be a fetish, but some similar taste. So that's kind of like what was confident, or you just knew who you were, you knew what you wanted, and you just basically said, hey, this is what I'm into. Somebody really liked your forwardness or your ability to just speak your truth and be unapologetically you're not afraid, basically. You just are who you are. So that might be your person or you or a little bit of both of you, but this was very attractive. Very attractive. Like you were not afraid is what I'm seeing here. You were not afraid. You were like, I'll pretty much try anything. All right, let's see what else. Okay, so the kiss was pretty amazing between the two of you. Yep. As soon as you and your individual shared a kiss, it was like, oh my God, there was something in that kiss that was so magical. And I feel like that's kind of like where this castle came in, like dreams come true. Like, yeah, okay, I like where this is going. I like how this feels. Let's do this for sure. So something very special about the kiss. We have domination, you have control. So domination and confidence. Like there was somebody that was very, very appealing to the other person. They maybe were not used to dating someone or just like getting involved with someone that was this confident. I feel like it was probably the feminine in the situation. The feminine in the situation was very dominant. She was very sure of herself, very confident, and this was very attractive to this masculine. That's what I'm getting for a lot of you, but it could be the other way around. All right, let's see what else. We have unveiling. I want to let you in. So of course there's this desire. I want to let you in, but I also need to protect myself. I want to go down this road, but I'm also afraid to go down this road. So I feel like that's where this hesitation. I really want to unveil to you who I truly am, but I'm also afraid at the same time. Okay, so that energy is definitely there too. But I feel too that someone with this domination, right? And I will do anything you want me to. I feel like this energy is telling us that someone really gave into this connection. Like they really handed their power over to the other person. They felt it, and so they just kind of unveiled everything and let someone completely in, and were not afraid. That could have been you, feminine, or it could have been this masculine. But whoever did this, I feel probably ended up getting hurt in the end, because you just went with your heart. You just let this person in completely because you felt so connected to them. You felt like this was your dream come true. Okay. All right. So this right here is my Connections of the Modern World Tarot. Let's see what else. What other feelings and emotions were sparked? Ooh, okay, so we have the Judgment energy, we have the Death energy, holy smokes, and then we have Three of Swords. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I feel with both of these being connected to the planet Pluto, Death and Judgment, that this connection was not meant to continue on in that state. It's like you guys were meant to come together and meet, but you were not meant to kind of continue on long term together. You were meant to separate, at least temporarily. And the reason why is because there was a lot of transformation that needed to be experienced on an individual level. The Three of Swords, of course, could be, there's a lot of issues with the heart. a lot of issues and energies that are stuck, or traumas that are stuck within the heart space. I feel like there's a lot of past betrayals and hurt. And so someone is too damaged and too hurt to basically get on this, like stay on this train, stay on this track with you. Somebody jumped the train. Somebody jumped off this track. Okay? And there was a decision that was made to end this. Somebody made a decision to end this connection, and it puts someone in this Three of Swords energy. Major heartache, major sadness here. But this death and this ending, like I said, was necessary because it was the only way that you guys would resurrect and renew yourselves in the future. So the old selves needed to die off, and you guys couldn't have done that while you were together. This transformation and rebirth could only take place during separation. So I feel like this is telling you right from the get-go, it was meant to end. It couldn't have continued on in its form. All right, so let's see what else. What else wants to come through? There's some pretty major energies here. Oh, and we have the Three of Cups. Now, the Three of Cups and the Three of Swords can tell me here that somebody was just playing the field. Somebody was trying to keep things casual. They were afraid to take it in a complete Two of Cups energy. So instead of really deeply connecting or committing to you, they decided to keep things open. They decided to keep things casual. And it couldn't even gotten to the point, you guys, where they kept it so casual that what ended up happening is there's like a third party kind of situation that took place. You know, maybe you knew about it, maybe you didn't know about it, maybe you found out about it later, but whatever it is, there's an unhappiness here. There's an unhappiness because someone wants more, or someone is capable of more than the other person here. So I just feel like two people were not on the same page after a period of time. Two people eventually were just like not able to stay on the right, or stay on the same track. So third party people, third party energies could have come in and ultimately tore this connection apart. And we have the Chariot. Yeah, so the Chariot is about movement. It's like moving through this connection. You know, it came in very quick, but I also feel like it kind of moved out very fast. So this could have been a really short-lived connection, but it was definitely meaningful, and it left a mark on the both of you, I feel, very significantly. So the Chariot is also about two people being on the same page. And if you can't be on the same page, you can't move forward anymore. So I feel like this connection ultimately did end because you guys were not on the same path. I feel like also, too, that there was some sort of a destiny, a life purpose and a mission that someone was still feeling like they needed to go down another road. They felt like they hadn't lived their life fully yet. And if they had just completely given into this connection, that somehow they were going to lose out on some opportunity. So I just feel like someone was not grown up enough. They were not mature enough. They had too many wounds that they hadn't healed yet. They just hadn't grown enough as a person. And because of that, your connection ultimately suffered. So hopefully this resonates with you so far. If it does, then I'm plugged into your energy. If it doesn't sound like your sort of story today, then I might not be plugged in, maybe next time. But anyways, let's go ahead and continue. We're going to go into the battlefield, which is what did you ultimately stir up within each other for healing and ascension purposes? So, you know, what did you guys trigger within each other for this connection? Or in this connection. Now we're going to go into my Cosmic Contracts, the Ties That Bind deck here, and see what was ultimately stirred up here in this connection. Okay, so what was stirred up is this very beautiful energy of feeling safe and feeling like you're at home with one another. So I definitely feel like that's something that was experienced from the get-go. There was this sense of familiarity, this kind of magical feeling like I feel like I've known you my whole life. I feel so comfortable with you, even though we've just met. That kind of energy was definitely stirred up and triggered here. But it's also about nurturing the parts of ourselves that need to be healed. Feeling safe enough in someone's presence to work out certain issues. So I feel like there was a lot of opportunity for growth here, but somebody was either too afraid or self-centered and made it all about them, okay, and could not focus on the connection. They had so much to they had too many things to focus on within themselves, unfortunately. So that's where it just became lopsided. It couldn't have been a partnership. Somebody was too much in the self to be able to actually work together, in order to work on things together as a couple. Okay, if that makes sense. So let's see what else. Okay, we do have divine love. So there is something about a connection here that is divine. I will love you until the end of time. It may be that even though this might have been short-lived and it fell apart, there's still this feeling of I will love you until the end of time. What's interesting is that's actually a lyric from a Lana Del Rey song called Blue Jeans. I will love you until the end of time. Something like it'll take 1,000 years or something like that. Anyways, if you haven't heard that song, definitely listen to it, because it's interesting. In the song, she really describes someone where they were living this life and then all of a sudden he had to go off into the world and they lost touch. So I feel like that could be your story, your love story here. But you guys basically triggered within each other this connection. And it would take someone to take the center off of themselves and put it into the connection as a partnership in order for this to work. But I feel like somebody could not nurture the partnership. They could only nurture themselves. And that's probably because there was a lot of healing and trauma that still needed to be cleared and healed. And so until this was cleared and healed, it's like they could not nurture this divine love connection that was presented to them. So I just feel like it was a timing issue, and it was just where somebody was at within their healing. And for whatever reason, this cat is just completely distracting me with these claws. All right, let's see what else. All right. Ooh, yeah. We have ascension. I am a part of your spiritual growth. Yes. That is absolutely what you guys came here to do. This is what you came here to experience within one another, was this ascension, your spiritual growth, everything that you guys wanted to work on. So you do trigger this within each other. And we have projector, but I will blame you when the problem is me. Somebody is too blinded by their own shadow. So they actually think that you might be the problem in their life, and that if they were to separate from you, then they're going to feel better. So I blame you when the problem is me. I have issues, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to project this onto you and say that you're the problem. So somebody was just too self-centered, I feel, at the time to be able to look at themselves. They just were not able to. And on the bottom of the deck, I have teamwork. This should have been a team effort, but someone was too self-centered to be able to make this connection work. So that's just what I'm seeing here, is that the battlefield really is, you guys were supposed to work on this together as a team, but somebody could not be a team player. And because they couldn't make it with you as a team, that's why you guys ultimately went into separate directions. There was a lot of death of the ego that needed to take place. There was a lot of healing that still needed to be done. So I hope that that makes sense. Now let's continue and go into some more information here. What else do we need to know? What else did you ultimately stir up within each other for healing and ascension purposes? This is my Twin Flame Journey Oracle Revised Edition. What else? What else got stirred up? Yeah, see? The castles. Oh, what could have been. So many amazing things. Yes, this is what I want. This is what I've always wanted. This is what I asked for. But when it showed up, somebody totally sabotaged this dream. I've always been dreaming of a partner like you. The castle in the sky. But then when someone got it, they were just like, I don't know that I can do it. I don't know that I can handle it. So be careful what you wish for, because when you get it, are you sure you're going to be able to nurture that dream? We have admired. This is not a lack of attraction. It's not a lack of you're not good enough. Not at all, because I feel like you guys really did admire one another. You guys really, looked at each other and really liked what you saw. You liked what you were experiencing and feeling at the time. But the thing is, if somebody is not dealing with their shadows, then what they're going to do is ultimately they're going to project that onto somebody, even though they admired them so much. Then they're going to start to project their ugliness and their shadow onto that same person that they said they loved or cared for so much. So there's a lot of confusion here. How can you go from telling me how wonderful I am to telling me how you don't want to be with me or I'm not right for you? How can someone just make a shift or a switch that quick? And that is because someone's unhealed crap. Mute. All right, so there is this connection does go into silent mode. It does. There's a lot of unspoken words, a lot of unfinished business between the two of you, basically. So there's still so much that hasn't been said. There's still so much that hasn't even been shared. So what you guys ultimately stirred up within one another was a lot. And so instead of maybe speaking these things, instead of, trying to come to this conclusion with things, somebody decided to hold it within and stay silent and say nothing or cut off communication here. All right, let's go ahead and see what else. What else do you ultimately stir up within each other? What did you ultimately stir up within each other? Look at this. Soulmates. Kindred spirit, lover, companion. Look at all that energy. So, divine love, soulmate, all that stuff. It's here. There definitely feels like there's something beyond, the ordinary. There feels like there's something significant about this person upon meeting them. They feel this way about you. You feel this way about them. You just kind of feel like, hey, you know what? This is the individual that I've always been, kind of dreaming of or fantasizing about. And here they are. Right? Here they are. So that's coming up. But we have unawakened. Wow, there was still somebody that was not awakened fully for this connection to be able to experience on a true, deep like a connective way. They were not able to really get into the meat of this connection. They were not able to really enter into this divine love connection. So it's like, they called it forth, it came in, but then when it came time to going into the gates, okay, they couldn't keep their feet moving. They couldn't keep forward on this momentum. They got on the train, but they jumped off the train right before it was about ready to go into this tunnel, okay, this tunnel of divine love. They just couldn't do it. So they just were not truly, unfortunately, awakened enough at that point to be able to do it. And I just feel like there was just some traumas and different things that were really holding this person back. So let's now go into my Twin Flame Journey Tarot Revised Edition and see what else. What else do we need to know here about what you guys ultimately stirred up within one another? So some unawakened parts of this person you woke up, and also them within you. A lot of things that were maybe perhaps lying dormant. But this is awesome because what this does is it helps us to recognize these unawakened parts within us, these unaware aspects of ourselves. So even though you and this person probably parted ways, in your separation, there's a lot of things that you represent to each other. A lot of things that maybe you were just completely unaware of. This person helps to waken these parts up in you and you in them. With the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands is a passionate adventure, and I just feel like that's exactly the connection that you guys were supposed to experience so far. You guys did come together. You had a very passionate connection, right? But all the different aspects of this divine love connection, I feel like you guys were not able to really get there. You recognized this passion, you recognized this feeling, but at the same time, you guys did not have enough ascension at that time to be able to take it deeper into that divine love connection. Or at least somebody wasn't ready. The Knight of Wands can sometimes be a very restless spirit, somebody who is just not ready to settle down. They feel like they have too much living to do. So I feel like that could have been the case too. Yep. So there was a completion of a cycle. I have to go off into the world. I have to find myself. I just feel like there's some things that I need to I need to achieve, goals that I need to achieve, a certain level of ambition that I want to reach. I can't settle down until I do this. My soul is restless. I feel like there's more that I need to do. So I feel like that's what ultimately probably ended things, is someone's inability to settle down at that time. And it was because they just weren't ready. So it started to feel like a burden. It was too much. So it's like this house is burning and we gotta get out before we get burned. And so I just feel like instead of hanging on to this, instead of fighting for this, you guys both maybe mutually decided this, or someone made this abundantly clear that it's just not something that they could do anymore. So you had no choice but to kind of let go and to let this person just kind of go off and figure out who they are. Yeah, and the King of Pentacles. And that's, I feel like the masculine in this situation was really looking to become more stable in this life, looking to basically become more of this person that needed more structure, and like I said, to reach some sort of a level of like a goal or a level of ambition or status in his life. And because that wasn't achieved at the time the two of you came together, this is really where the masculine's headspace was more than anything. It was very self-centered and very much in, I need to do these things. I don't, not that he didn't see the importance in this connection, but the other things took precedence over this connection. Just wasn't ready for it. So that's ultimately what we have, what you guys really stirred up within each other. And it could also be too, is that somebody like maybe you, Divine Feminine, maybe you didn't truly value yourself enough, if that's your story. So this particular person could have really triggered your own self-worth and self-value and any kind of issues that you had with that. And so it could be that now you're the type of individual that will definitely put your needs, first, taking care of your well-being first, and then only enter into a connection when you're feeling whole. You know what I mean? And maybe you didn't do that before, but maybe you do that now, and it's because of this person, because they triggered that within you, if that makes sense. So let's now go into the Tower. What ultimately tore this connection apart? All right, let's look at that. What ultimately tore this connection apart? Let's see. All right, we're going to go into my Diviner's Oracle deck. Oh boy. All right, you guys, it's here. The gigolo, the player, the opportunist, and the ego. This is clearly depicting this particular person, okay? So I feel like it says it all right there. I feel like this individual felt like there was a lot of opportunities that they were going to miss out on if they fully committed to you and they fully embraced this connection. Their ego basically had them believing that they had so many things that might be better than this or whatever. They just didn't want to settle down. But the dragon being here, the dragon can sometimes indicate somebody's shadows. And I just feel like your person just had not cleared a lot of shadows and traumas, and they were just still busy projecting their crap onto others, which could have also included you, the person watching this video. So this is my Mystical Encounters Oracle. Let's see what else. What ultimately tore this connection apart? Yep. It's almost like you were sacrificed, the person watching the video. Yeah, you were sacrificed, unfortunately. And it's funny because I just got that song and I don't know who sings it, but I think it's from the, oh gosh, what is that series of books? I can't remember what it is now. It's like on a Netflix series. But it's like, I See Red, right? I See Red. And the whole entire song is about this gigolo player guy. And, she sees red. And that's just what I'm getting here. I feel like that could be the issue between you and this person. Okay, so this is my Lurking in the Shadows tarot. What else? Yeah, look, oh my gosh, 9 of Swords, torment. Woo! Yeah, you might have felt very tormented by this person's games or their player mentality. For sure. You could have seen red flags, but you could have also seen red as in rage because you feel so tormented by what this person said or what this person did to you. There could be a lot of anger here. So what ultimately tore this connection apart is somebody's inability to maybe be a decent person and really ended up hurting someone that I feel truly cared about at one time, but their own self-centeredness got in the way, unfortunately, and created a lot of shadow here. A lot more shadow than already was. Now, we also have dating. This person could have been pursued by someone else, or maybe they were pursuing something else. Honeymoon period. It could be that this individual just kind of is very addicted to the beginning parts of getting to know someone, but once that's over, like 3-4 months, it's like they're on to the next thing, unfortunately. That would be your gigolo type of person. And until this individual experienced some sort of a death or a rebirth, remember that came up earlier, and resurrected into something new, was reborn in a whole new way, it's like they were just going to continue on this cycle, unfortunately. So I don't feel like this person would have changed with you. I don't think they could have changed for you. They had to go through, or maybe are even continuing to go through, a bunch of stuff in order to experience that resurrection and rebirth, okay? So there's nothing that you could have done, and it's not even your fault. Just where this person was at. Yeah, we have eclipse. Total eclipse of the heart is what I'm getting here. That could have been how you felt. Dealing with this person could have felt like a total eclipse of the heart. Wow. But I feel like they needed to go through a total eclipse of their heart because there's so much growing that this individual had to do, and they couldn't have done it while they were with you. They just couldn't have. All right, what else? Ooh, damn. Gutsy, fearless, determined. Okay, I'm getting the storyline that you were the individual that basically gritted your teeth. Maybe you just walked away with your pride. You walked away with your head held high. Maybe some of you didn't even lay into this person or even say anything. You just walked away. You said nothing. And that took a lot of guts. That took a lot of courage on your part to do this, to just walk away and not even engage with this individual, anymore. But of course, the lasting impression that you have is that you still remember all of these good times. You still remember this soul connection. You still remember everything. And why is because you felt like there was a connection. That's why. You feel like this person was a kindred spirit to you. So it's like, how could this happen? How can we have this kind of a connection and then this person does this? How the hell does that happen? And I'm telling you guys, it was because of this individual's unresolved shit. So it didn't have anything to do with you. That's just where it was at. Now we have the Two of Fangs, Two of Swords intersection. It's just the choice that they made at the time. They made a choice to go away from this connection. They did. They made the choice to just either kind of go blind and not do anything, stay stuck. I just feel like they put this connection in a crisis mode, and you may have had to made a decision to say, I no longer can continue on this way. I have to go. So it might be that you came to an intersection and you were just like, I have to go. I can't do this. I can't stay stuck. I can't stay hung up on this shit anymore. All right, let's get one more. Yeah, I feel like that's you. The rich woman is just value, okay? You decided to basically learn from this experience. You decided to let it help you become a more enriched person, a wholer person, a person that basically was going to value themselves more than basically accepting this kind of treatment or just waiting around for somebody that would treat you this way. So even though you felt this amazing connection with this person, it didn't make it okay with what they were doing. So you had no decision, no other choice to make than to go in a separate direction on your own. Okay. And I feel like this probably made a lasting impression on this individual. All right, let's see what else. Oh yeah, eye in the sky. There's so much mystery now. There's so much unexplained. You walk away now with so much unfinished business. Well, guess what? This person does too. It's kind of like the eye in the sky. The universe knows something that you don't know. The universe knows something. There's a mystery still. There's still something that mystifies the both of you about this connection. So I just feel like it's like your dealings with each other are not over. There's still something yet to be explained. There's still some kind of hidden information, something we don't know yet that's on the horizon. Something that's going to make sense later about this whole thing. And Empress, I love this because I feel like you're the person watching the video, the Divine Feminine. As you create your best life, as you live your best life, as you love yourself, become independent, lean into your mission and your purpose, it's all going to be unveiled. It's all going to be laid out at your feet in the end. So just keep going, Divine Feminine, despite what this person did, despite what they're doing. Continue doing the best that you can for yourself. And I feel like with time, things will be explained to you. Things will be explained to you. Things will make sense eventually to you. So very cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to now take this over into the extended. I will put in the description box down below what we're going to go into over there if you guys are interested. So just click on the link. It'll take you there. And thank you guys so much for choosing to watch this reading. Take care. Bye-bye.